Welcome back to Liberty Ledger Crypto, the channel where rare coins meet real value. Today's video is all about the legendary Eisenhower $1 coins, and we're focusing on two fascinating pieces that every collector and coin hunter should know about. These iconic dollar coins feature the powerful portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse, honoring the 34th President of the United States and a World War II hero. Whether you're a beginner collector, a coin investor, or just curious about valuable U.S. coins, this video will guide you through the history, mint marks, key differences, and hidden value of these two Eisenhower dollar coins. We'll also explore rarity, errors, and how much these coins will be worth today in the collector's market. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might discover that an ordinary-looking dollar coin in your collection could actually be a hidden treasure. One step, imagine holding in your hand a powerful and historic 1972 Liberty Eisenhower $1 coin, a coin that represents not only currency but a symbol of leadership, legacy, and a transformative era in the history of the United States of America, because this remarkable dollar coin was introduced to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th president and a five-star general whose leadership during World War II and the Cold War shaped modern America, and when the U.S. Mint released the Eisenhower dollar in 1971, the 1972 issue quickly became one of the most collected and discussed coins among numismatists and collectors worldwide, especially because it was the first large-sized dollar coin minted after the Peace Dollar series ended in 1935, making a historic comeback of the large dollar format. And the 1972 Eisenhower dollar features a bold portrait of Eisenhower on the obverse designed by Frank Gasparo, with the word liberty above his head, the motto "I in God we trust" to the left, and the year 1972 at the bottom, all struck in a strong and presidential design that reflects dignity and authority, while the reverse side displays an eagle landing on the moon holding an olive branch, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia, symbolizing peace and technological achievement during the space race era. And this reverse design is especially meaningful because Eisenhower himself was deeply connected to the early space program as president, giving the coin a deeper, historical narrative beyond its face value. And the 1972 Eisenhower dollar was produced in three major mint locations, including Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark, and each mint produced coins with slight variations that today attract collectors searching for rare varieties, particularly the famous 1972 Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3 reverse varieties, where the difference lies in the design of the Earth on the reverse. And among these, the 1972 Type 2 reverse from the Philadelphia Mint is considered the rarest and most valuable because it was struck using a different reverse die with a more detailed and flatter Earth design, making it highly desirable and sometimes worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in high grades, depending on condition and mint state quality. And speaking of condition, the value of a 1972 Eisenhower dollar can vary dramatically based on grading, luster, strike sharpness, and preservation because circulated coins may only be worth slightly above face value, while uncirculated and high-grade specimens graded MS65 or higher can command significant premiums in the collector market, especially if they are well preserved with minimal contact marks, full details in Eisenhower's hair, and strong eagle feather definition on the reverse. And another fascinating aspect of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is its composition, as standard circulation coins were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, bonded to a pure copper core, giving the coin a distinctive weight and sound compared to modern small dollar coins, while special collector versions struck in San Francisco were produced in 40% silver-clad composition, making them even more appealing to investors and collectors who appreciate both historical and intrinsic metal value. And these silver versions were often sold in blue packs for uncirculated coins and brown box packaging for proof coins, which today add an extra layer of collectible appeal when found in original government packaging. And historically, the release of the Eisenhower dollar was also tied to the broader economic and cultural shifts of the early 1970s, a time when inflation, the end of the gold standard, and rapid technological progress were reshaping the financial identity of the nation. And despite its impressive size and symbolism, the Eisenhower dollar never achieved widespread circulation success because many Americans found it too large and heavy for everyday transactions, which ultimately led to the introduction of the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. Yet this limited circulation use actually contributed to its collectible legacy today, because fewer coins remain in pristine condition after years of storage in banks, drawers, and collections. And when analyzing the 1972 Eisenhower dollar closely, collectors often examine the rim thickness, dye varieties, and mint luster to determine authenticity and rarity. As counterfeit coins and altered varieties do exist in the market, making knowledge and careful inspection essential for serious collectors. And beyond its physical features, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar tells a powerful story of American pride, leadership, and innovation, bridging the legacy of a wartime hero with the ambition of the space age. And it also stands as one of the last large-sized dollar coins produced for general circulation in U.S. history, making it a transitional piece between classic large silver dollars and modern compact dollar coins. And for YouTube coin collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts, the 1972 Liberty Eisenhower $1 coin represents an exciting blend of historical significance, design excellence, and collectible potential, because whether you discover a common circulation strike, a rare Type 2 reverse, or a silver-clad San Francisco issue, each coin carries a story that connects the past to the present. And as the coin market continues to grow globally, especially on digital platforms and collector communities, interest in Eisenhower dollars has steadily increased, with many collectors searching bankrolls, coin shops, and estate collections hoping to find high-grade or rare varieties. And this growing demand highlights how a coin once overlooked in everyday commerce has transformed into a treasured collectible piece, and ultimately, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is far more than just a $1 coin. It is a historical artifact, a tribute to leadership, a reflection of the space race era, and a cornerstone of modern U.S. numismatics that continues to captivate collectors, historians, and investors who appreciate the rich legacy behind every detail engraved on its surface. Stepp lost the Liberty Eisenhower $1 coin dated 1776 to 1976 is one of the most fascinating and historically symbolic coins ever produced in the United States, created to celebrate the Bicentennial of American independence and to honor both the legacy of President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the spirit of 200 years of freedom in the United States. And when collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts examine this unique dollar coin, they are not just looking at a piece of metal, but at a powerful narrative of history, patriotism, design innovation, and numismatic importance that began when the United States Mint decided to release a special commemorative design instead of the standard Eisenhower reverse for the nation's 200th anniversary, resulting in a coin that carries dual dates 1776 to 1976 rather than a single year, symbolizing the journey from the American Revolution to the modern era. And the obverse of the coin proudly features the bold profile of President Eisenhower, along with the word liberty arched above, a design that reflects strength, leadership, and national pride, while the reverse, designed by artist Dennis R. Williams, showcases the iconic Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, a deeply symbolic image that connects the birth of American independence in 1776 with the technological achievement of space exploration in the 20th century. Especially meaningful because Eisenhower played a crucial role in the early foundations of a U.S. space program. And this artistic combination makes the Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar stand out visually among all U.S. dollar coins, capturing the imagination of collectors across generations who appreciate coins that tell a story rather than just serve as currency. And when discussing the composition, it is important to note that the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar was minted in both clad copper nickel for circulation and 40% silver versions for collectors, with silver coins primarily sold in special mint sets and proof editions, which increases their collectible value today depending on condition, mint mark, and silver content. And the coin was produced at multiple mints, including Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark for both proof and uncirculated collector editions, making mint variety an essential factor when determining rarity and market price. And although millions of bicentennial dollars were struck, high-grade uncirculated specimens and deep cameo-proof coins remain highly desirable in the numismatic market because they preserve the original luster and sharp design details that many circulated coins lost over decades of handling. And historically speaking, The release of the Bicentennial coinage program was part of a nationwide celebration that included special quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, all redesigned temporarily to commemorate the 200th anniversary of independence. But the Eisenhower dollar holds a special place because it was the largest circulating coin of its time and served as a tribute not only to American history, but also to a respected military leader and president. And collectors often find the dual date feature particularly attractive because it is unique in U.S. coinage, instantly distinguishing it from standard yearly issues and making it a conversation piece in any coin collection or historical showcase. And from a grading perspective, the value of a 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar can vary widely depending on condition, with circulated coins typically holding modest value, while mint state examples graded MS-65 or higher can command significantly higher prices, especially silver-proof versions stored in original government packaging. And beyond monetary value, the coin represents a cultural milestone, as it was issued during a period of national reflection, celebration, and renewed patriotic identity during the 1970s, and this cultural context enhances its appeal among collectors who appreciate coins that mark historic events rather than routine yearly releases. And another important detail for collectors and YouTube viewers interested in coin history is that the Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar was not actually minted in 1776, but carries that date symbolically to honor the founding year of the United States, paired with 1976 to represent the bicentennial celebration. And this dual dating sometimes confuses beginners who assume the coin is older than it truly is, but experienced collectors recognize it as a commemorative circulating issue rather than an early American coin. And when analyzing market demand today, the coin continues to gain attention due to increasing global interest in historical U.S. currency, especially among international collectors and content creators who focus on educational numismatic storytelling. And for YouTube audiences, this coin offers a perfect blend of history, design, rarity discussion, grading insights, and investment potential, making it an ideal topic for long-form documentary-style videos that explore not only the coin specifications, but also the historical narrative behind its creation. And if we examine the edge and strike quality, most clad versions show standard reeded edges, while silver proofs display a sharper strike and mirror-like finish, further distinguishing collector editions from circulation pieces. And over the years, many hidden varieties, high-grade slabs, and unopened mint sets have appeared in auctions, sometimes surprising collectors with higher-than-expected valuations, especially when preserved in pristine condition. And the storytelling element of the Liberty Bell and Moon design also adds emotional depth, symbolizing the nation's journey from independence to innovation, which resonates strongly with American heritage themes often appreciated by U.S.-based audiences and history lovers. And despite the large mintage numbers, the Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar maintains long-term collectible relevance because commemorative coins tied to major anniversaries tend to hold historical significance beyond simple bullion or face value. And as modern collectors rediscover vintage U.S. coins through online platforms and educational videos, the 1776 to 1976 Liberty Eisenhower dollar continues a trend as a beginner-friendly yet historically rich coin that bridges the gap between casual collecting and serious numismatics. And whether viewed as a patriotic artifact, a silver collectible, or a historical tribute coin, it remains one of the most recognizable dollar coins ever produced, representing freedom, leadership, and 2 centuries of American progress in a single bold design that still captivates collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts around the world today.